There's something leaking in there. So I'm gonna have to replace this whole mechanism here. Well, I've never done this before, but I've been told that it's fairly easy to do. You know, just go buy the parts at Home Depot and take the old thing out and replace it with a new one. And that's coming from people that I think are not ISTPs. So, yeah, I'm fairly confident that I can do this myself. And I've been procrastinating on taking care of this issue for like 6 months now. What I've been doing thus far is just leaving this valve off most of the time and then only turning it on when I need to flush. I mean, that's a decent temporary solution, but my ISTJ girlfriend's gonna come over for Thanksgiving, and I assume she'll want a toilet that actually functions properly, so yeah, I guess I better get on this thing. I don't come here nearly as often as you might expect for an ISTP.
Toilet parts are going to be aisle 37.
Okay,
Okay.
Alright, I bought a full toilet kit that apparently fits standard toilets, so I'm assuming I'll be able to install it in my toilet. Of course, the first thing I need to do is remove the old mechanism. And I suppose I could try to make this whole thing an underwater operation, but I'd rather not, so... Alright, it's all drained. Yeah, that's not good. Been meaning to give this back to my dad. I'm glad I didn't. Alright, got that part off. So, my original plan was to replace the entire toilet kit mechanism, but it turns out, in order to do that, I would have to remove the entire tank, because like this part is like bolted on there, and I have to unscrew these two bolts to get the tank off. And at the moment, I don't seem to have the proper tools to do that. But the thing is, I've actually already removed the part of the toilet that was broken. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and see if I can replace just this part that I just removed with the equivalent part of the new kit. If that works, I hope it does. I hope the parts that are in there now are compatible with the kit that I just bought. be this part. And this, I think, goes on here, or something like that. I should just go ahead and read this. Okay, like, I mean, I'm normally the kind of person who likes to try to figure stuff out without reading the instructions, but I mean, the reality is I have no experience with repairing toilets, so I pretty much have to refer to the instructions. I seem to have figured it out, I think, but I'll know more as I go along. I mean, I read through this now. I mean, I know what each of these parts are now, so at least I'm not, like, totally confused. Something like that. The rubber washer so it'll stop the water from leaking through this thing once I stick it in the hole. And this will screw onto the bottom, similar to the one that I just removed. And I've already attached the hose. Alright, let's go for it. This will go into this hole. Critical mark must be positioned 1 inch above the top of overflow pipe required by Universal Plumbing Code. Okay. SJs. So I guess basically like right about there. I mean, that barely gives me enough room to even screw it on from the bottom. Oh, that's how I do it. Okay. Alright. It's almost too tall for the tank. Just to hand tighten this little thing so I don't have to get in there with a wrench again. And then we attach this thing. Okay. Hope I did this right. Well, looks right to me. I guess we'll see what happens when I turn on the valve. And I do still have the bucket down here in case I did this wrong. It's filling up. Kind of slow if you ask me. And water is supposed to be a floaty thing. It's supposed to shut off the valve. Alright. I think that worked. Oh, uh-oh. I guess I didn't tighten it as much as I was supposed to. Alright, where did I mess up? This sucks. So basically, after I reattached everything and turned the valve back on and tried flushing it once, there was like a steady drip coming down this part where the hose attaches to the bottom of the tank, and I could not figure out why. And I basically knew that the leak was coming from here somewhere. I mean, water was coming out, it was flowing down this pipe. I just kept trying to tighten, like, both places where it attaches, And I tried to see if like maybe the fill valve inside the tank was loose or something. Maybe I like set the rubber washer wrong or something, and yeah, it just like no matter what it is, it just kept on dripping from the bottom. That's why I got those two plastic buckets down there. Tried to look up stuff online, and everything I found said I had installed everything correctly, and that I just probably needed to tighten it better. So to isolate it, I basically shut off the water supply again, and that actually stopped the leak. So that told me it was this valve, the water supply connection. I was able to tighten it just a slight bit more, and that stopped the leak. So it really was just a matter of having to tighten it more. I could have sworn it was as tight as I could get it before, but I guess maybe just after taking that time out to rest my body or something, I was able to tighten it a bit more. Just like gather up my own my own physical strength to get in there and it's like just tighten that valve. So everything's working now. No more leak. And that is a working toilet. Hey, listen, do you hear that? You hear that? You know what I hear? I hear nothing, which is exactly the whole point of all this. So, I'd say mission accomplished.